I'm Eric Green, partner at Green and Sklar, a boutique tax law firm and founder of the tax resolution training organization, Tax Rep LLC. Welcome to another edition of Tax Rep Network podcast. I want to thank our sponsors, Tax Help Software and Call ENQ. We've only taken podcast sponsors of products that we actually use at Green and Sklar. Call ENQ is what allows us to call the government and get into the IRS in under 3 minutes. Tax Help Software is what we use to pull transcripts. It's our intelligent ordering where we track what's going on with our clients overnight. So in the morning, we know of anything that's happened on the IRS side, and also what we use for our resolution forms, our offers, installment agreements, uncollectible powers of attorney, all of that. Our sponsors have special offers for you. If you want to check them out, go to taxrepllc.com, resources, and TRN podcast page to view the sponsor offers. Enjoy the episode. Hey everyone, listen, thanks for joining me for this week's podcast. What I wanted to talk about, it won't be long, but I wanted to talk about this concept of whether the tax rep client is the ugly stepsister or pure gold, right? And I wanted to talk about this because I've noticed sort of these two schools of thought. Many accountants and many accounting firms view this or view the tax rep client, the person that comes to them with a problem, as the ugly stepsister. All right, there's something wrong with them, or if it's one of their existing clients, they view it as some sort of a failure. This client can't be trusted. Look, there are lots of people in America. My clients, let's just talk about my clients. My clients run the gamut. I have some people at one end who are criminals, right? They're criminal tax cases. They cheated, they knew what they were doing, and now we're trying to just minimize the damage. At the other end, I have people that have had horrific things happen to them, things that I would not wish on anyone, right? And now we're trying to help them get out from under the weight of it and move on with their life. So this idea that somehow a tax rep client falls into one bucket or another is really, I think, it's just not accurate. You kind of take people the way you find them, right? And some people come in really broken. Some people come in that are basically evil, and then there's like every kind of stripe and color and flavor in between. Right. So the idea that if you're sitting there thinking, well, do I really want these people as clients? Look, I've been telling you, there's a lot of money to be made helping these people. Okay. Right. And by the way, on that note, let me just mention the criminal client. Right. Sort of there's an old kind of running joke. It was on a bunch of TV shows. It's been around forever. They mentioned it to me when I was in law school. Basically, it kind of goes like this. What do you do with the client that's guilty? All right, that is guilty. We know they're guilty. They know they're guilty. The government knows they're guilty. Right? And the argument is, look, we're going to fight for this client. All right. If we win, we're heroes, right? We grab defeat from, we grab victory from the jaws of defeat. And if we lose, scumbag goes to prison. Either way, it's a win-win. Now, I don't generally view these people as scumbags. I've had a couple, don't get me wrong. I mean, people that are just truly evil. But even my criminal clients, usually they got caught up in something and they never really thought of it as, a crime. Everyone understates their income. Everyone overstates their expenses. Everyone deals in a little bit of cash. They never really seriously thought it was a crime. And then all of a sudden now they're the target of an investigation. And what I'm getting from them is, well, they don't actually prosecute people for this, do they? Yes, they do. And you're about to become one of them. And there's this feeling of, well, it's famous people, right? It's Wesley Snipes, it's Leona Helmsley. No, It's landscapers and restaurant owners and accountants and people that they know. The IRS knows are kind of everybody, everyday people. And when those folks get prosecuted and all that stuff hits the papers, and the government's going to make sure that it does, there's a collateral impact in the community. So should I not work with these people because they've made a mistake? And the truth is, that's the way I've always viewed it. These are folks that have made a mistake. They really miscalculated. They did something stupid. And again, I didn't tell them to do it. I didn't create the disaster. I'm just here to help clean up the mess. Now, if you can get past the fact that you're dealing with someone that has had bad things happen to them or did something stupid, or lived a life that they couldn't afford and now they're in debt and they haven't paid their taxes. If you can get past that, these folks are pure gold. And they're pure gold for a number of reasons, right? First of all, there's a lot of opportunity. One is, as a personal level, you're about to change somebody's life, right? You're going to change their life. And by the way, change the fortunes of their kids and grandkids and whatever else, right? And if you can get them righted and get this sorted out, you're not only helping the taxpayer, but remember, you're also helping the rest of us and the government, right? The IRS doesn't take offers because they're just warm and fuzzy. They take offers because at some point, you can't collect. These people have, liens and levies. This has to end at some point. Just like bankruptcy, we have bankruptcy for a reason. Otherwise, we'd have debtor's prison, right? That's not good for society, and it's not good for the people involved. You have to give people an opportunity to get back up off the ground, rise again, and go on. Our society needs it, and they need it. So there's an opportunity to really help someone and help all of us by doing this. Two, right? You're going to make way more money than you can doing 1040 returns, right? This is a premium service. It requires a premium fee. So when you've heard me say add 100,000 to your bottom line doing representation, like that's not something we just pulled out and you just kind of throw or banter around willy-nilly. If you can get somewhere between 6 and 12 clients a year, you can add $100,000 doing IRS representation. And no, I'm not joking, right? I think, honestly, it's why we have the growth in tax rep that we do. I mean, tax rep, when we started for the first couple of years, was like 20, 30 people. We're just crossing over the 400 threshold, all right? It's become a real active community as well as a forum. We've added a third live conference. We're going to be in Las Vegas doing 2 days of training, actual workshop, roll up your sleeves. Let's dive into it and walk through this, how we do it. So if you want to join us December 13th and 14th in Las Vegas, we will be at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino. So there's a business opportunity. There's the opportunity to help the individual. There's an opportunity to help your country, meaning the government and all of the taxpayers who are part of it. And there's an opportunity to prove your expertise. And what I mean by that is most of my members, what they report back is they help this client. Not only does that client remain a client forever, right? Because you're the man or woman who saved them, but other people are attracted to you. And here's why. I don't think I'll ever have a problem. I hope I never have a problem. But if I have a problem, my CPA, she knows how to do this. My EA, I know she knows how to do this, right? She's a member of Tax Rep. Her website talks about how she does this. She has cases where she's compromised debts and gotten penalty abatement. I hope I never need that. But if I do, I'm in the right place. Right? We get a lot of clients here at our firm. Yes, we do tax resolution. There are other firms that do that. But we do a lot of litigation, civil and criminal, with the government. And a lot of our clients will say, look, I've interviewed 3 people, but you guys really do this. We just won a whole bunch of cases in 19 and 20 in tax court and federal district court. All right. the Kaufman case on the FBAR penalty, the Anakiv case on the rewards points in tax court. We got the 800,000 in penalties abated for one of our clients on the foreign forms. I mean, we're kind of in a bit of a winning streak, quite frankly, at this moment. And clients see that stuff. I mean, we put it out there when we have the win. And what we hear back is, look, I hope we don't end up having to litigate this, but if we do, I know I got the right people to do it. It's the same way on the accounting side. By doing representation, you will attract other forms of business into the firm. Bookkeeping, accounting, tax return, tax planning, if you do financial planning. And the reason being is they know that they've got a warrior in the tax world sense in you. So for those of you who are sitting there saying, well, do I really want these representation clients? Yes, you do. You do. You absolutely do. Right? If you don't, you're not thinking about this, in my mind. You're not thinking about this clearly. It's not just the money to be made helping this person, but you have to think about it this way. You're helping them. You're helping all of us by getting them straightened out and in compliance going forward. You're going to make more money, and you're also going to elevate your entire practice, right? By doing this, by making it known that you can handle these matters. You can handle the good, the bad, and the really ugly, all right? So anybody really wants to be with your firm doing their stuff. So this week's lesson, if you're considering tax resolution, yes, you want to do this. If your concern is, well, gee, do I want to work with these people? Yes. And listen, you don't have to work with everybody. We turn people down, right? If people come in here and they don't really want to be helped, meaning they sort of, but not really, or we talk to them, you have the tax returns done. I can get them done, right? You'll have the backup for it. Do I really need that? I mean, if necessary, I can generate it, wink, wink. Yeah, no, you don't understand something, all right? Yeah, that's a client we don't want. But most people, that's not the game that they play. Most of these people come in, they really want their help. They need some, what happens is they get overwhelmed. And they're overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. And the IRS, by the way, they're not helpful. It's not like a revenue officer calls and says, look, here's what you got to do. Let's get you into compliance. So I'll give you 30 days, get these tax returns done. Once you get those to me, now we're in compliance. Now we can move on. And all right. And maybe you're an offer candidate. No, they don't. They sit there and they just threaten. So all the taxpayers are doing is simply reacting. And it's confusing and it's chaotic and it's frightening. All right. What you're going to do is cut through all that. You're going to explain the process. Most clients will sleep better just after the consult with you. That's why we charge for consults. They're going to sleep better just knowing they've met you, you've explained the process, it's not as chaotic and nutty as they thought, and they have a game plan. Okay? Now, they may go astray on that game plan, so you gotta ride herd on them a little bit. But we have a game plan, we get the information, you get paid up front, right? Like we teach you, right? If you need those letters, they're all in our members area, the marketing letters, as well as our retainer agreements, and all of that, our checklist, it's all there. Follow the script, get the money, walk them through the process, and just follow the process. It's not that complicated. You will save them, you will make more money, and you are going to elevate your entire practice, okay? So don't worry about ugly stepsisters. Go looking for pure gold, because there's 25 to 50 million of them. They're everywhere, and they need your help. All right. Thanks for listening in, guys. I hope this has given those of you who are hesitant a little food for thought. We'll talk next week. Bye-bye. If you haven't already subscribed to the Tax Rep Network podcast, go to taxrepllc.com, mouse over resources, and click TRN podcast. You'll get an account loaded with all the episodes, our sponsor offers, and transcripts of recent podcast episodes. Thanks for listening, and thanks again to our sponsors, Call ENQ and Tax Help Software. See you on the next episode. So guys, for those of you who have been asking about getting together live and doing a workshop together, we heard you and we're doing it. Roger Nemeth from Tax Help Software and Michelle Weinstein from The Abundant Accountant and I, Eric Green from Tax Rep Network, are going to be doing our first Tax Rep Network conference. It will be live, only live, at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, December 13th and 14th. For 2 full days, we're going to work through case studies together, offers and compromise, managing the cases, challenging a collection statute expiration date, going through the various installment agreements, how to complete the forms, and where to find clients and how to bill for this. All right. Hence Michelle's, involvement in this, right? She is going to be talking about where to find clients and how to bill for this service. So it's 2 full days. All right. There's a handful of seats left. All right. The early bird is still going on. So I'll put the link down below, or you can go to taxrepllc.com, go to the events page. The last one at the bottom is the Tax Rep Network Conference. All right. So we're going to have 2 great days in Vegas. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to have skills to go back and make some money at your firm, and we'll have a lot of fun too. So go ahead, join us, click on the link, and we'll see you in Vegas.